The latest Tarkov wipe has brought us so many incredible features, but there's one thing that I want to talk about today that could potentially completely change the way you play, and that is of course vaulting. Now in today's video, I want to show you some Tarkov tips and tricks to show you 10 of the best spots that you can get to using the vaulting system in customs. Now look, some of these tips are going to get you to spots that otherwise you wouldn't be able to get to previous to the vaulting update, and some of them are going to allow us to do things that we used to be able to do with jumping. However, we aren't going to have max strength to get into these spots, and on top of that, vaulting is a lot quieter than jumping is, so that means that you'll be able to use these in niche situations when you are in combat to not give away your position. Now, one more thing I want to preface this video with is the vaulting system is very janky. It is not 100% consistent, and as a result, there's a little technique that I've come up with that seems to get you over most obstacles most of the time. And I'm going to call it the wiggle, but this isn't the wiggle that killed Tarkov, more the wiggle that made Tarkov a little bit better. And the be all and end all of it is, if you can't make a vault, just wiggle your mouse a bit, look up, look down, wiggle all around, and eventually you will pop yourself over that ledge. Now the first one is an old classic, and it is literally just the back entrance to two-story dorms. You used to have to mess around jumping on the black bin bags and then hoping and praying you could land on this little window here, all the while making a shit ton of noise. But now with the help of the wiggle, you can vault straight through this window, making little to no noise at all. Next, I want to talk about the two stashes in the USEC building on customs. Both of these need a key to get into, and to be honest, the loot inside them isn't really worth that much, so a lot of people don't even bother buying these keys. But with the wiggle and the vaulting system, if you shoot out the windows in both of these spots, you can just hop up onto the ledge and jump through both of the windows, giving you 100% free loot every single time. Next is a very dirty little spot in Big Red that I'm going to tell you so that you can watch out for other people using it. I am in no way condoning that you hide in this horrible little spot and catch people off guard whilst they're trying to do delivery from the past. Instead, take this as a bit of a warning so you don't get caught with your key in the door and your pants around your bloody ankles. Next is this handy little jump spot at New Gas Station. Before, you had to either go all the way around, or you had to put yourself in the line of sight of literally everyone on the main road and jump over the pipe. This works both ways, and you can jump from the tyre side over towards road to customs, or you can do a little bit of a wiggle next to the truck and that will get you back over as if you're going to USEC. Next is a super simple one. You used to have to go prone to get underneath this pipe, and now if you go to one of the concrete blocks that the pipe is sat on, you can vault onto that and then vault over the pipe, both speeding you up and hopefully getting you past this dodgy spot of the map a lot quicker. Next is another one of those little niche ones that you might not be able to use every single raid. However, it is quite handy if you need to get over into old gas without actually going through the jump over itself. And next is another little niche one that's going to give you a bit of a dirty angle if you're actually in old gas looking at people coming from like Stronghold. This one's super easy and super simple, but it can actually give you the upper hand in a few situations. Next, I was trying to jump over this green wall here and I actually couldn't, but in the process of that, I realized that if there is a fence of a certain height, sort of like a foot higher than you, what you can do is vault towards it and you sort of like jump up without going over, allowing you to peek really easily over that fence. Now this angle is somewhere that you could get to before the patch, but only from on top of Stronghold. However, now that we can vault onto this little trailer here and then make the jump onto the container, it allows you to sneak around and actually get a brilliant angle on unsuspecting people hanging out in the bottom floor of Stronghold, or even on the stairs. And then finally is another spot in the USEC stash that allows you to get up and over and on top of this lorry here, pretty much giving you a complete overview of the whole bottom floor of the USEC stash. Again, this isn't one that I'm advocating you sit out for an entire game, but I just wanted to show you so that you can be aware and so that you don't get camped yourself. And that's it for these 10 new spots that you can get to using the vaulting system in customs. I'm sure there are literally hundreds more, and I'm really interested to see what you guys have found down in the comments. But anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.